Now in this video we are going to select the important categorical features. So only select important categorical features. In the previous video we saw how to select the important numerical features. Now it's up to us how to select the categorical features. Now if I go to our data, it is kind of an intuition that some of these categorical attributes will be important and some of them might not. So for example, we are going to predict is cancelled. So we are predicting if the booking will be cancelled or not. So does it be dependent upon the country? Maybe it will, maybe it will not. So maybe this country is not much important to predict if the booking will be cancelled or not. Similarly, one of the important feature that you need to remove is right here, which goes by the name of reservation status. If I go back here, it should be somewhere here. See here, this is one of the most important thing that you need to remove, because if you keep this attribute while making a machine learning model, then machine learning model cannot generalize on its own, because here you can see the cancelled status. So using this status, machine learning model can directly reference this attribute, and machine learning model will only work better on the training data, but while testing, our model will not work properly. So that is the reason we need to remove this reservation status. Let me show you what I really mean by that. So if I take the data, in our case it is a final data which was cleaned data, and if I check only the reservation status, so reservation status, so this is the attributes. So if I run it, then you can see it has this checkout or cancelled and so on. So I want to group by, let's say group by. Maybe I can also count the values if I want. So let's say value counts. If I run it, then you can see checkout has this many values, cancelled is this much. So if we include this variable in machine learning model in order to check whether the booking has been cancelled or not, then the information is right here. We don't need anything to be done by the machine learning model, because using this attribute itself, we can predict if it was cancelled or not. See here in the cancelled, we have this many attributes. So we can clearly see we need to remove this one, because if we include these attributes, then machine learning model will just use this attribute to make a prediction. And obviously it will work on the training data, it will work perfectly. But while testing in the unknown data, it might not work properly. So that is the reason we need to remove this completely from here. So this is the categorical data and this should be removed. Next thing what I need to remove is, maybe I need to remove some of the attributes like countries. Do I need country while predicting if the booking will be cancelled or not? I think it is not that important. So it's up to you which attributes do you want to remove and which attributes do you want to keep. But just bear in mind, you can just have some analysis. You need the domain knowledge to exclude or include these categorical variables. In our case, let's see arrival date. So somewhere here we have this arrival date month. So this month might not be important in order to predict whether the booking will be cancelled or not. So this way, having the domain knowledge, we can find some of the attributes that should be important and some that will not be important. So this will be some categorical variable that I'm going to remove. The first is the country. I think country will not be important, and reservation status. This is the must removed. And if we do not remove this, then machine learning model will not have better accuracy in testing data or in the unknown data. And next thing I want to remove is booking changes. So these are all the attributes. Maybe I can just check some of the attributes here. I can go here and I can just copy this so that I can just check some of the attributes that are categorical. If you remember, this is the way to check if the data type is big O, then they are the categorical features. So if I run this line of a code, then what I will find is all of these are categorical features. So from here I want to remove booking changes. So where is this booking changes? So did I remove it? No. So I think booking changes was not the categorical feature. So let us go here. Booking changes. I thought I have this right here. See here, this booking changes. So it is kind of a numerical also, but it was encoded with the numbers. So I'm going to remove it, because although its data type is not big O, it will be number, but it is in fact a categorical. So booking changes is the next attribute that I want to remove. Next is reservation status. I have already added it. Assigned room types will be next thing that I want to remove. Assigned room types, it is only type. And next thing that I want to remove is, let's say, maybe days in a waiting list. Maybe I can just select the columns from here, so I can just print the number of columns so that I can just reference from here. So next thing I want to remove is days waiting list. Okay, it is right here. So these are the features that I found it was not that much important. So you can just explore them. If you find they are important, then just skip it. But in my case, I found that they are not that much important. Now next thing is to remove this from our categorical features. So let us select this portion of a code where we remove the numerical features. I'll just select it, copy it, and I'll paste it right here. And I will rename it. Let's say I'll go down and I will rename this as categorical features. And I will loop into this column. If the column data type is big O, now we should just have this condition to check if it is a categorical. And if it is big O and column is not in the cat list now, so it should be cat not, because I want to remove this many. So now everything looks fine. Let us run this and let us print now our categorical features. Cat features. So these are all the features that we are going to use as a categorical feature. And in the previous video we also found something, that is, if you print the numerical features, so what was the name? It was num features. So I can just put here num features, then this was the numerical features. So these many numerical features will be used, and this many categorical features will be used in order to predict whether the booking will be cancelled or not. And now if you want to refine the data based on this, then what you can do is, if you remember, our data was final data, and here I can just pass this cat features. So if I pass this cat features, then I'll get the data of these categorical features. See here, these are all the categorical features which are important features. So this way we can just get the important categorical features. So it up to you which features do you want to include in the case of categorical. In the case of numerical, we have a proper method of a correlation to check which are the importance one. Although in the upcoming video we are going to have a proper version of selecting the proper and important features among all of these features. We are going to do that in the upcoming video, but for now this is a basic step to check which attributes are important and which are not. We will have a rigid and very important step in the upcoming videos where we will handle something called as a feature importance. So in the feature importance, we are going to use a model called as lasso. So we are going to use that lasso model to check which of these are very much important. And based on that output of the lasso model, we are going to refine even within these refined features.